So the game started and we are on a timer, or maybe not. There was no timer. So we're gonna be jumping into the game right now. Alright, so the map is Elysium and I need to update this as well, I guess. So we're gonna switch this and we're gonna update this as well. It's 1 to 0 and we're good to go, I guess. So in the pocket for the anime OP senpais, we have Workroll as Isis. Very good position for Isis. Very good TC. I expect multiple TC plays, at least one, maybe two. Although the third TC is not very close. On the side, we have Ironhide, JB as Noah. And on the other side, we have Young Goat as Kronos. And in the bottom side of the map for EVS, on the left side we have Urbot Store. Pocket player, of course, is Benny's Isis, also with the awesome second TC, a lot of gold mine, a lot of hunt, very good for the boomy play. And on the far left, right side, we have their super Saiyajin as Hades doing the standard Hades build, also Ferebus stuff. Anime Oppai Senpai are the team consisting of Nito, the captain, the young goat, Workroll, and Einhard JB. I believe Fred is also a part of the team, but he's not very active due to his status, so I don't believe we will be seeing him in the group stage at least. So before we see some action, oh, I guess there is an action already. So Yango decided to do the early chrono stage up and rush the Thor player. Although Thor player did expect this to happen, so he skipped on the armory and he went straight for the age up, I guess. Not straight, but he's very close to aging up. He's gonna get his temple down again, nice and safely. Youngwood is shifting his temple over here. He's gonna be trying to do something here. We also see the new pioneer here helping scouting for Youngwood, so we're gonna see some shenanigans with the earth wall and clay peasants in classical age, trying to prevent Thor from mining his gold. Can be good, but there is gold here. This is game 2. Chronic. Game 1 was won by Anime Oppai Senpais. You can see on the scoreboard, I believe. Yes, I do believe. We'll be seeing Freya for the Kronos player. There is a slow and steady. Also Ferebus built for Hades. Anubis is coming for Benny and Anubis is coming for Workroll as well. Both players decided to use Prosperity right away. Yango is trying to pressure Thor player a bit. He's still in Archaic Age, so this Hearse here is not gonna do much damage, and there's Spin. Spider Layer Scars is right here, protecting this side. Younggoat is actually committing to the crush, I see here. He did lose one Autobot, but he's shifting his counter barracks, and there's gonna be a military camp coming up for Noah. I don't think it covers gold mine though. But with third wall we might. So you wanna have an earth wall here? He's gonna have, yes. See an earth wall. Automatons coming in, trying to defend. Trying to pressure actually gold mine while clay peasants run. Snakes being casted here. Anime Oppai Senpais are going kinda all in. No second town centers being grabbed still. Clay peasants trying to build a military camp as well here. Both players cast the snakes here, I guess. Workroll with his free heal, trying to heal. Forest fire being used as well. I don't think it's gonna kill the military camp. Maybe it's gonna prevent this one from coming up, but gold is not being mined, and Herbert is having a bit of problems. I don't think he's in a huge pinch right now. He's having a Sentinels, he's having a Valkyrie to heal up. He also has the Warren gold mine, which he casted just outside of his base, so he's safely mining. 700 gold still left. There's a lot of breeze from Benny, so he can heal every bits of damage that comes his way. No wait is almost dying. There's a bit of fight. One of outlet going down. Perseus trying to take down the military camp. There are two Kairos, which can do quite decent damage to these melee units, infantry units actually, but I think... Okay. Workload did take a second TC. So, assuming EVS team didn't take any second TCs, Anime Oppa Senpai should come out of this advantageous. The villager situation is... Okay, I fucked up a bit. This is how it should be, yes. 71 to 60 for Anime Oppa Senpais. Yeah, it's classic workload gameplay. Second TC, rush into a second TC. But I do believe this rush did cause enough for Anime Oppa Senpais to get significant advantage. They did force a reaction out of EVS team. There's a lot of priests here for Benny, some spears as well. There are Cursors. And we're seeing automatons searching, looking for the villagers. While this third wall was being destroyed, Yango decided to shift his temple back, while he's overstaying his position a bit. He's gonna lose some units, I believe. Chongchi is gonna get out, but Fire Archers and Pioneers all went out. This was a nice bait, very nice bait. So what's the plan next? I think this initial rush has been dealt with. Yango did found some villagers here. Achilles and Ajax trying to defend, but he's causing quite a bit of idle time in Benny's base. I do believe the entire economy of Benny is currently idle, but autobots are gonna go down, as well as the single catapulti, and I believe the rush is being taken care of and the game proceeds. So Anime Oppa Senpais decided to take a second TC. All of them took one. Young is just taking one. Warcrow is on a second TC for quite some time right now, and I heard JB is taking one as well just now. As I said before, this map is pretty good for a second TC, although it can be painful to deal with all the raids, but if you wall consistently... Oh, this is a Chongchi special, something I have seen from Gerbot. He does this quite often. He allows the Chongchi. Chongchi raids are actually quite decent, I would say. But Benny is sending his units forward. He's searching for some damage. I don't know, Chronic. I do believe they needed at least one player to stay 1 TC in order to defend, but I do believe they have something planned, so let's see what are they having in mind. There has been a locust cast here. I do believe their super saved his villagers. Maybe not. Maybe actually not. He did. This is brutal if he lost the villagers here. The villager differential is quite huge right now. More than 40 villagers. Chongchi doing great job idling the economy for the Benny. The gold mine is about to run out, and Benny is gonna be having... He's gonna have to move out of his base. Robot is securing this. I mean, all of these gold mines are quite secure. We see young gold building walls. I like to see this. Walls are very important in team games. he manages to, if the team manages to secure their side of the map with walls, right? Like, there's so much rest in the back that they actually can like enjoy the life. Like they, okay, Young Goat does lose one villager here, and he's not gonna be finishing the wall, I think. Yes, so Herbot did find some damage here. Oracle is gonna go down, Villager is going down. Two of them went down here. Some Kairos are coming, but I don't think Kairos are gonna be effective against raiding Cav and Walks. Walls coming up everywhere. I do think there's no. Yangot is going Hyperion. He's fighting with his villagers. I mean, Atlantean villagers are unraidable, I would say. Like, and there are some Murmilos mixed, so this ended well for Yangot, I guess. The villager differential is still huge. We're seeing their super going forward as well. Does Einhard have any units? He doesn't have many units. He could be having some problems here if their super smells the weakness. There are just two pioneers and one fire archer, and this is a big amount of dogs and hoplites, and they're gonna be pressuring right here. Einhard decided to drop some machine workshop, military machine. Okay, quite a few buildings actually. He's trying to go heroic, but I don't think that's the real play here. He has some units to defend. I do believe Warcrawl is pretty strong already. He's been on a 2 DC for 6-7 minutes, and he's having 2 mid-goals here. Pharaoh, the monument, he should be having enough army to help Ein to hold, but he's going fast out. 2 TC fast Mythic, this is such a sad but threat, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so Chongqi are in, but the huge Hades army is here, and they're gonna cause some problems. It's gonna be locals casted here as well. Villagers are going down for Einhard JB. All 3 of the EVS teams or EVS players are Einhard JB at the moment. His whole economy is idle. There has been Chaos casted, Curse, Restoration. Restoration is a great counter to Chaos, by the way, as we can see here. Chongqi are running. I do believe Ein needs some help. There's Pharaoh coming. Camels start coming in as well. Cut is almost in. Ein's whole economy is idled at the moment. He did reach heroic, so there's gonna be a forest protection angle. Raiding Cav are gonna have to retreat versus camels. Camels are a great answer to this sort of thing. Benny did decide to take a TC while Urbot and okay, Wap is going down. This okay. So we're having a Einhard JB is having some problems. There's been a fortress in his face. The trouble is coming out, but there is a meteor, right? So there is an option to completely delete this position with a meteor, and I believe Warcrawl is gonna have a big amount of camels coming in because of Valley of the Kings. Okay. Camels are retreating, they're kind of caught out a bit here. Phoenix coming as well. Camels from Benny coming this side also. Ein is behind because his base was idle for such a long time, and then he got fortressed. Petrobolos to the main base. But I don't think Anime Oppo team is fine. I think the other 2 players got plenty of time to boom and establish a good economy. Ein can as well just like retreat here and pull all of his villagers in the back. Okay, meteor is being cast, I believe it's here. Yes, big meteor, big meteor. Okay, okay. I don't know, this meteor is like, can be such a random meteor, I'm not gonna lie. pressure continues from their Super Saiyajin. There are camels coming in from Penny. There are also some elephants coming in for Vorgel. I don't believe elephants are very good, especially in a situation when you're having Isis camels on the opposite side, and they can easily deal with your elephants. Okay, no one is aging up for the moment. Actually, Young is trying to go Helios, which is insane in team games. I'm not gonna lie, Helios is one of the best team game gods, minor gods in the game at the moment. I don't believe Ein is finished. Ein can recover. He did buy his teammates enough time. If they can hold here, they will be more than fine. Robot is trying to establish a position over here. He took a town center as well. I wonder if Young actually sees it. Does he have an... doesn't have any army at the moment too. And I'm trying to hold, but he doesn't have any units here. Vorklo is spamming elephants with camels upwards, which is not ideal for him. We do see some swordsmen, but they're naked as well as halberdiers, so they ain't gonna do much here. These elephants are also not champions, so there's no AoE damage, the famous AoE damage that has been added to elephants in a recent patch. Villagers are bailing this position, they're trying to go Vorkel's base. Super Saiyan is pushing with fortress. He's trying to establish a dominant position right here with a fortress in Vorkel's base. There's the Book of Dot just being researched, but I don't think Vorkel and I can hold this position. They will need some help from Young, but Young is under pressure from Urbot at the moment with a huge army of basically everything, right? And Young doesn't have much here. He's having some catapultis, Murmillo heroes. He did build a palace in his base, and Urbot doesn't really have any siege actually pushing power, but this position is also being taken care of. This looks rough, I'm not gonna lie. Vorkol did switch to chariot archers. Doesn't have ballistics yet, and there has been a crocodiles. I guess it's not the worst, but there is a lot of army here combined for the Benny and for their Super Saiyan. They had to back into this side. Okay, there has been very good chaos from the Young. He's basically taking care of all the throwing X-Men, but he doesn't have any more army, so his villagers are kinda left alone here. Yes, and at this moment Anime Oppa Senpai decided to concede the game. It was quite a good effort, I think. Like, this initial pressure did what they wanted it to do, I feel like. But after that, I don't think all of them should have taken a TC. It was quite risky. I mean, risky is good, right? But sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. So this time they were short a bit, but it was a fun game. Good try, interesting strat. I like to see the strats being tried. EVS did adapt very well, and they managed to overwhelm this time around. You see, like, military wise, the EVS just continued producing units after after defending the initial pressure, and yeah, Anime Oppa Senpai kinda stopped. They switched to booming, and they were having quite an advantage, but I don't think it was enough. Okay, so currently it's 1-1. Both teams get 1 point out of this series, and the last game will be played on a Yellow River. Are we gonna see the famous Seizo Marto playing for the EVS team? Well played, Ironhide. Your team did it. first victory of the tourney.
So annoying.
Alright, so we're into the game. Game 3, deciding game.
Hello, motherfucker.
Being played on Yellow River. On the left side of the map, we're having EVS team. Benny, of course, as Isis in the middle, pocket player. On the right side, we're having their Super Saiyajin playing his favorite god Hades, doing the standard Waltz of Erebus build. And on the far left, we're having the ISO playing Shenong. On the other side of the map, for the anime Opie Senpais, we have Orkroll playing as Ra on the far left side. Pocket player being Young Goat as Frere. Very strong player, very strong god for the pocket as well. Gaia Woods being given to him as well. And on the far right side, we are having Ironhide JB playing Gaia. Such a beautiful Ash. Look at the flowers. Such a peaceful environment in Gaia's base. There are butterflies everywhere. Really beautiful scene, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so until the players get their builds sorted, we can talk about a map a bit. So the Yellow River is pretty interesting map when it comes to team games. There's a lot of stuff in the back, a lot of gold mines, hunts, etc. And there are 2 town centers each per player, so if players decide to boom, they can do quite well. But the interesting thing is middle island. So in the middle, we have like a bunch of golds and TC which provides additional population for the team that grabs it, since it's an uneven number of TCs, which is not a common practice on most of the maps, I believe. So the team that secures the middle has a advantageous position, but securing middle often leads to, like, prematurely securing middle often leads to very nasty situations that team find themselves in. Okay, I see something happening. Okay, we're good now. Motors are working regularly and we can proceed. I believe this is gonna be a 2TC for everyone. We can see ISO going for a double co-op opening with no farms. In the previous series, yesterday, or the day before yesterday, the team played. We have seen an interesting opener from Neymar using the Shenong farms right away on his TC. So he was preserving food in his main base, doing that. That's interesting strat to be considered. Orkroll, Ice is doing the prosperity. Anubis, of course. Orkroll not aging up still. Now he's queuing up Ta, going for a TC. This is a TC angle for Orkroll. Young on the other side. He's still not aging up. He's got a quite big amount of food. Temple is being built at the moment, I believe. He's gonna go through Ullr and Bastion. While Ironhide JB, I believe, went for the economic upgrades. Yes, so we're seeing a pickaxe and handaxe being researched quite early, and he's went through Oceanus. 1 military barracks, 2 military barracks going down for Iron. Ullr being queued up for Young, and Orkroll is aging up to Ta. On the other side, we're seeing ISO going for this looked like a semi-fast heroic, I believe, with some Yazis. If I'm not mistaken, Yazis are going to pressure on this side. There is another Yazi coming down. There has been a second TC for the Benny. Makes sense. And he's gonna be aiming for a semi-fast heroic for himself. Their super is taking a TC as well. This is a beautiful TC here. Very good. If anyone wonders, this terrain here is not walkable. So you can't cross on this side. The only way you cross water is through the middle. So that means the map is quite easily secured. At least this side of the map, like your side of the map, quite easily secured. There's gonna be armory for Warcrawl coming up as well. Priests are in position to defend. There is a Hero Oracle as well. Super Saiyan is scouting with Pegasuses, trying to see what's up, what's happening. I believe the EVS team does know that Warcrawl took a TC. Young is taking a TC as well. So is Ein. TC already up. I believe he didn't make any additional oracles, which I believe could be good for him here. It's a pretty peaceful game so far. Nothing really happening. Everyone grabbing a TC aside from Iso. Iso is going for the semi-fast heroic as I said, and he did make a couple of Shenong farms around his base. There's been a trade established for Iso already. This is very interesting. Early trade as Shenong. I believe Shenong gives you an opportunity to start to trade an age earlier. So there's that. Pegasus still scouting, walls coming down. Local trying to secure this position. There's Super Saiyan, he's doing 3 TC Hades boom. It's really interesting. I was wondering if Benny is gonna go for that, but actually it was Hades who did. I do like this. If you spot the second TC from the opponent team, you can easily go for third TC yourself, and I don't think you're gonna be that behind military wise. So it should be okay. I believe everyone is going for the semi-fast heroic age. Isis already killed Sobek for Ra as well. There's been some more Milos are gonna be fielded here, I guess. Bastion as Guardian Silkworth coming down for Yango, defending his force. Exposed gold mine. A lot of monuments, actually obelisks coming for Benny. This is a bit excessive, I think. Each monument is 5 gold, so having this many is 16. Well, it's not that much, but I still think this is a bit excessive. The Azis are searching for some bits of damage, but they're not gonna find anything here, and I don't think Atlantean villagers can be raided, especially with Galadrius around. Yeah, I feel like that too, Ironhide. This is gonna be a very long game. Galadrius slowing down the Azis. Marmilla heroes trying to catch up, but I don't think they will be able to. They're not Uranus Marmillas after all. They're only 4.8 speed, while the Azis are 5.3. So they will be able to escape easily. Iso took a TC as well, and he's making a trade route, so his economy should be very strong. He wants to go through Hugandi here, but he doesn't have much rest. There are pictures being fielded as well. That's quite an interesting choice. They are quite expensive favor wise, and I don't think you can sustain the production on 1 TC only, especially since Iso built his base really defensively, so there's not much favor coming in for him at the moment. Warcrawl is securing everything really nice. 3 monuments. There is Pta. There's gonna be 2 more markets. There's gonna be trade. There's gonna be rain. I believe there's gonna be farms as well really soon. Yazid is still looking for some bits of damage. They're not really able to find any. Obelisks are everywhere, and I believe Workload sees every move Raw player made. Young is setting up for a big offensive here, I believe. There's a lot of military buildings. House is coming down. There is a rock in the back, scouting things, watching. Yaz is trying to do some damage, but Workle is prepared. There is 2 camel riders, Croc and Wadjet. So ISO is forced to retreat, but in the meantime, Benny decided to take the middle and he secured the gold mine with the monument. He's trying to grab a TC while also pushing with a bit of units here. Yango is forced to retreat. Isomarto is here as well. He's making military camps, establishing position here. Military camps coming all around the middle. Super Saiyajin is present with the hill as well. Yango is fighting here, I believe. He's overstaying his welcome a bit here. He's sending a monster to snipe. There is a Leviathan here which is being sniped, but Yango is forced to retreat. And EVS are pushing in Anime Oppa Senpai's territory at the moment. Stuff is being built here, I believe. You can see some mid units right here. A gear is queued up. A lot of camels will be coming shortly for Workroll. Trade is gonna be huge. Workroll also took a 30C. I believe Workroll is on 40Cs at the moment, no? No. It's only 3. A lot of farms will drop down. He's tracking for Young. Units are streaming in the middle. EVS did build a lot of infrastructure in the middle. It's gonna be very hard for Anime Oppa Senpais to break that. Score-wise, they're pretty equal. Temperature-wise, I believe EVS has a slight advantage. Military is also very much aligned. Then he's poking with camels, trying to see if there is any bits of damage he can do to the Oppa team, but I believe Oppa team is set up very good on this position. There is not many angles for EVS to attack, and in the meantime EVS is securing their side of the map very good. Their Super Saiyajin doing great job securing this. Iso is not really paying a lot of attention to walls on his side, but I believe his teammates are gonna fill the gap. Benny forced retreat here. Rock camels, as you all know, have 15% more HP, so they are gonna be stronger, but Benny has a lot more. Although Workroll smartly decides to retreat here. Young seeing if he can poke a bit, but Chariot Archers are ready also. You're seeing military camps with attachments, tower attachments, which are quite good when defending position, like a mini tower. You're also seeing Enter JB going through Atlas, which gives him great pushing power in form of Implode. One of the best Mythic age god powers in the game at the moment. Young trying to break this wall, but Nemean Lion and Hydra are ready and they're gonna be dealt with. So far we have seen a pretty calm game. All players kinda booming, trying to poke here and there, raiding. Villager differential is quite close, same as military. Iso expanding his favorite land, making more caravans, more pig shoes. Isis dropping down farms, while Hades is building a fucking great wall of China everywhere. ETCs, I believe we're gonna be seeing half soon, yes. So half is in for Hades player, who's having only 21 units at the moment. But as soon as half hits, he's gonna be having a huge amount of units streaming and instantly iron upgrades, which is gonna be very strong and kind of hard to deal with. Another Earth Guardian Bastion coming in, Pegasus being sniped down, farms are being set up. I wonder where there's Guardian, but we see wall upgrade for World War. A lot of infrastructure for Hades player being set up. Trade is being queued for both players under rain. Oracle has a big trade, very big trade. I believe his economy is really strong at the moment. Yes. So we are still not seeing any action. All players are kinda booming, taking all the upgrades. Osiris coming in for Oracle. Osiris coming in for Benny. Gaia buying all the upgrades. Same as Young, Aizo as well, Hades as well. So all the players are booming. They're not really fighting. I'm expecting a big fight to emerge soon. Aizo finally building some walls here, securing this portion of the map. So the EVS side of the map is completely safe from any kinds of raids. We're seeing stone walls from the Super Sage as well. Fortress in this position, fortress in this position. Son of Osiris coming in for Oracle. A lot of camels being made right here. It's gonna be a camel war. Chaos Swordsman for ISO. A lot of mid-gold, ballets, infrastructure. It's gonna be hard taking EVS off of this position. There has been a lot of monuments as well from Benny. He's trying to secure this so there's no implode or Tempest being cast down. Ironhide JB has a scary army, I'm not gonna lie. These fanatics are very strong. They are preparing for an offensive here. Markets coming down for Young and for Ironhide JB.
Hello, motherfucker.
Thanks for the follow, my friend. Scared money. I believe the teams have signed a treaty, 20 minutes treaty, which is slowly coming to an end. There was a dog shenanigan, but they did deal with it. So there were no okay. Super Saiyan is trying to build a Titan, which is super interesting. Nothing has happened all game and he's deciding to make a Titan. I guess this would be a good time for Anime Oppai Senpais to push, since Super Saiyan is using a lot of workers, trying to make a Titan. Volker is engaging in combat. Basically alone, there's an influence cast. Ironhide is coming with his units. Influence is gonna do big damage, and Osiris is engaging in combat. Young Goat with his Yormon Elvers. I really don't know what's happening. Our FPS is down the drain. A lot of units in this implode. I really don't know what's happening here. You see, there's Super Saiyan coming with a lot of units. Yango's trying to build fortress here, he's trying to defend, but I think Anime Oppai Senpais have to retreat here. They have been pushed. Ironhide JB is building a Titan of his own as well. JB is being cast. There's been a boat as well. These chariots. Yes, this was a good wolf, I'm not gonna lie.
Into you.
Champion Camel Ride is coming in. Item Arch, the Yinglong. Archers, Keltos in as well. There's some destroying coming. Pig is coming as well. Pig is coming. Tempest is dropped down. Titan coming for Oracle as well. A lot of camels for Benny. Dragon is really paining EVS to deal with in this situation. Son of Osiris going down. Son of Osiris for Benny still alive. Pig is being dealt with. A lot of units. Units differential is huge here.
Hello, motherfucker.
Thank you for the follow. Check for us. I believe EVS managed to break the initial line of Anime Opai Senpai, but fighting continues. The GrA economy is crazy, so they're not gonna give up that easily. Kontario is being fielded. Although I think Warhol needs some help here. He's
GrA.
against two players at the moment, and although Young and Ein managed to push their Super Saiyan back, the Son of Osiris is gonna prove to be a problematic situation for Warco. A lot of siege towers coming in. Now swordsmen and camels being sent from the right side to deal with Ein and Young's push. But Warco is having troubles here. He's trying to build a middle front, but he's not really able to. There's a lot of middles here, as well as towers, walls. There is a monument. I would love to see a Pharaoh empower this monument, so these middles far a lot harder. Now swordsmen are pretty menacing in this state of the game. They have all their upgrades. It's really hard to kill. There's also one Zhong. Benny decided to pull off a bit. He's trying to pressure the other side. But Youngs begin to amass ballistas, which is very good for Norse. Ballistas are very hard to deal with. On the other side, Titan is trying to push Ironhide base. There's a lot of heroes for him, trying to take down the Titan forces, trying to take down the siege. Town center went down. Where is the Titan for Ironhide? Maybe he's almost up, 50 more seconds. I believe Ein can hold. There's been a monument being built in the vertical side of the map, a lot of camels and outsoldiers streaming in. While on the other side, Benny is managing to hold Young Oat with mummies and a couple of chariots. I believe Young Oat is going to be able to break this, but on the other side, Warco is having troubles. Although this is very good position for Warco to hold in, there's been a fortified TC, 2 mid goals, I believe. There's been tower upgrades as well, so these camels are going to melt pretty quickly. A lot of priests as well to deal with mummies. Titan pushing on Young Goat side. Young Goat TC went down as well. Are we seeing Warco Titan? Yes, he's lost a lot of villagers in this Titan, isn't he? I have baby Titan coming up. He's gonna be able to deal with Hades Titan pretty good, I would say. A lot of hero Arcuses. Another prosperity castle for Benny. A lot of camels. This is pure mess. I'm not gonna lie. Titan building has been called for the moment. A lot of camels streaming in for Oracle, trying to deal with the camels from Benny. He's successfully dealt with them. But his base is under a big siege. He's gonna need some help here to be able to deal with this. Yango did manage to push out of his base. I do believe Iron JB is gonna be able to push out of his base as well, but their Super Saiyan already taken a TC and building towers in front. Oracle's main TC has been taken down as well as Midgul's trade route for Anime Opai Senpai has been taken. It's been taking some damage. A lot of camels in the back from Benny trying to prevent his Titan from being built. Oracle is giving his best to deal with this, but it is very hard considering two players are on his side and a lot of fucking siege is here. Siege is really decimating Oracle's base in production. Camels trying to take down the Titan, 300 more seconds. He needs some help urgently or his Titan is gonna go down. Yangot is trying to push the side, he's successfully pushed with a lot of ballistas. Izomar trying to deal with this unit, beginning to stream on young outside. This gives opportunity to workload to deal with this. Really just came out 170 seconds until the Titan is built. Only sieges left here, so this actually gives a chance to workload to stabilize a bit, but this town center is being taken by Benny. And he's still sending a lot of camels in, a lot of siege, a lot of camels. There's some Yango unfortunate trade being messed up in the situation. Camels managed to deal with some of the pressure. Yango is being pushed by the Dao swordsmen, which have insane amount of pierce armor. I don't see his ballistas anywhere, so I assume there have been dealt with. These siege towers are trying to push towards Warhol's third PC, actually second at the moment. While this side is also being destroyed by the Titan. Isomar to Titan fielded as well, so EVS has 2 Titans at the moment, I believe. I don't know if there is... Where is a Titan for Ironhide JB at the moment? He's nowhere to be seen. Trade route is being disrupted, and I don't think Anime Oppo Senpai can stabilize from this. EVS is everywhere. Worko is doing his best to try and make this Titan come up, but in this moment they decided it's enough and they forfeited, conceded, surrendered, and EVS takes the dub. GG's. Very interesting game from the 20th minute up until 26th. It was very interesting watching with the peace treaty. Peace treaty of why is Ironhide being banned? What's happening? Personally, I think this was a very fun game when they started doing stuff, but this map actually provides a lot of games like this where not many things happened before. Mythic Age. Let's check the stats. Eco-wise, pretty much equal. Military-wise, EVS did have an advantage throughout most of the sort of late game, early late game. Yeah, Yango did a good job raiding, as Ironhide stated earlier, I believe. But after that, EVS just overwhelmed. I do believe EVS had a very good comp. Camels, Dao Swordsman are very good receiving pierce damage and fighting units that actually counter camels. And then Hades armor late game is just kind of unstoppable. So a very interesting game, very good game. The EVS takes the dub here, but Anime Ope Senpai gave some really good games, and I really expect a lot from them. I do think they are capable of going through this group, so I'm looking forward. Okay. We have Nito. Nito, hello, hello.
Hey, motaba.
Do you hear me? I believe you hear me. Let me just do this. All right. Do you hear me?
I hear you, man. I hear you.
Chat, do you hear Nito?
Hello, chat.
Bit loud. Okay. Okay,
Does
it
it
should be
work?
good now. Okay. Congrats on the first series of the tournament, man. It was fun to watch. I enjoyed it. I believe chat enjoyed it as well. I'm curious to hear how much you guys actually prepared for this first round. Did you
Oh,
practice?
well, so yeah, we had a few plans, but we didn't really scrim a lot. So I feel like in that regard, I don't know if they did, but they might have had an advantage in that regard.
I
But
see.
but we did have like the strategy you saw in the second game. We had that prepared, So it was kind of cool.
Yeah, the second game, I actually thought you're doing quite well. But when I saw all three of you going, all three of your teammates going for the second TC, I was kind of scared. I
Oh, yeah.
was that a plan or
I don't think we planned that much after it. So I think that was just improvised. In
I
the
see.
end, like in hindsight, it's probably a mistake to all go for TC. So maybe Ein or Yun could have stayed one TC, just be able to defend with a lot. But I thought actually was going the good way because we had DCs up before they did, right? And they kind of had a team that likes to play with, you know, play a
I
bit more
I
boomy.
I believe you had a all of you had a TC while they stayed one TC for most of the game. I believe
It was Warcrawl, yeah.
ISIS took a TC, second TC after some time, but for most of the games they all were one TC and they were massing
Yeah,
scary army.
yeah. Yeah, so that's maybe we overboomed in that regard after the initial rush failed, but that's hard to judge in the moment, I guess. I
Yeah,
feel like there's also sometimes where you just so much space in a team game, right? So much open land that you
yeah,
have to
yeah.
traverse.
Hello,
So maybe we
motherfucker.
thought, okay, we will be in time, we will be able to defend, but
I mean, it looked quite promising. The villager lead was on on your side hugely, and I believe I believe it would be very scary for EVS if they took like 2-3 minutes longer to do actual damage. But they did time their attack very good and they
yeah,
managed to break the front line.
yeah, and then you're just stuck using like the destructive gold powers you got from just booming behind it and on like Einojib's base on the forward fortress. Yeah, it doesn't feel good. And I feel also the meteor kind of missed, even though it was right on top of the unit. It just missed two of its shots. It's whatever.
Personally,
The game
I
doesn't want.
I I kind of hate Meteor. I think it's one of the most random god powers there is in this game. Like there was a fortress
Yeah,
like in the center of the casted Meteor and the Meteor still fall down to the fucking tree line. I was like, "No. No."
I know, man. I know.
But I guess it
Also,
happens.
I don't know. I haven't talked to Warcrawl about it, but I didn't understand the elephants. But maybe it was to get the fortress down. Um, but we need to do like a review of that.
We actually did some testing and elephants are actually really good right now. But I believe they become good
Hmm,
when they get the champion upgrade since they start dealing big AoE damage.
okay,
So he might
interesting.
have an angle there,
Oh
but
yeah, I didn't remember that they did AoE damage. That's like recent, right?
yeah, I believe that was the last the last patch we got was the
Yeah,
AoE elephant. I was also
gorgeous.
surprised on the lack of crocs from Vorkal's side. I don't know if you noticed, but
Mm.
he actually didn't make a single croc, which quite surprised me.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he likes animals at all. I'm not sure. He does.
Vorkal, do you like crocodiles? I believe he does, but I guess it was a messy game. He was trying to defend, and I guess the thought slipped his mind. And tell me the third game. The third game seemed like you guys had a peace treaty for 20 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. Was that
Yeah,
also something you
that's kind.
guys thought out, or was that just a YOLO thing?
No, it was kind of we discussed it. Like we thought usually the team that goes for the middle the hardest on Yellow River will inevitably like be struck by the kind of Mythic Age gold powers and everything, and then you can retake and you can just win. So, but I feel like they had the same game plan in a way. So they just boomed also behind it, and then just I guess maybe took the middle a little bit for free, and then with ISIS it's awkward to then attack at the point where you want to attack.
Yeah, I agree.
So
ISIS monuments are really pain in the ass in that map.
I don't know how the guys felt about it, but I feel like yeah, it looks a bit dumb, right? Because you're just having a 15 minutes, treaty, but it was planned. I guess it just didn't work out. Maybe they just boomed better as well. I saw at one point, I don't know if you had that also on the stream as well, but I felt like Youngout was putting some pressure with like side builds behind the enemy base. I don't know if you saw it, Muraba, but
I did miss
I
it,
think we
but
didn't.
I did notice Yango doing some damage in the backside of the EVS base. That was quite nice. I believe he killed like 15 villagers or so. That was a good
Yeah.
pressure from him. I think you guys could get away with a bit more pressure on the backline since EVS was really late with the walls, especially on the ISO side. ISO also decided to go
Mm.
for for an early trade. He made a lot of pictures as well as caravans, so he was quite vulnerable for quite some time, I believe. And that maybe could have been exploited a bit more.
Yeah, I don't know. I also felt in the game like they just had a really good god comp, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So Benny can just spam camels. The Hades can just spam talks,
Yeah,
and
that
then
was
you
one
have
of the
this.
things I said after the game. They had a really good comp. It was really hard to break through, especially since I believe Oracle went all in on mid goal units, and the outsourcemen are really good into mid goal units.
Mhm, mhm. Oh well, I think we did well considering. So that's the thing. I want to call this out, right? They had to field uh, ISO, Benny. It's like,
Yeah,
I mean,
I believe that's the best EVS can offer at the moment. ISO Benny
no, but
and their Super Saiyan, or very good comp, very good players, strong
no, but to be
one
real, right?
against. What did you
The
say?
Herbal, also to Herbal and like no disrespect to Herbal and Ironhide, they're also pretty good
No, of
players.
course, Ironhide is my goat, the future
Of
president, and
course,
Urbot is
everyone's
one of the best abusers I know in this game. So no
exactly.
disrespect to
It's the king.
them. Okay, Nito, thank you for your time. I believe you wanted to discuss things with your team as well and summarize the things from the first series. Thank you for your time and very well played. I am looking forward to seeing more games from you guys.
Thank you, Motaba. Thank you for the stream as well.
No problem. It
And
was my
see you
pleasure,
guys.
man.
Good. Bye
See
bye.
ya. All right. Thanks to Nito for taking his time to talk with us. I believe Ironhide is somewhere around. Is he? I believe he is. Yes. I'm gonna call you right now.
Hi.
Yo, what's up, Ironhide?
Yo.
Congrats on the win.
Yeah, thank you.
It was a there
Yeah,
was
I was hoping to get a 3-0 because we have a really hard group, but I'm uh after I saw them playing, I'm pretty happy to win this.
to be honest. I have to say that this tournament started with some like interesting games. I believe there will be more disparity among teams, but from what we saw so far, there has been like a bunch of close games, and rarely we are seeing like stumps, if I may say that. So
Mm.
I'm quite happy to see that. So tell me about the first game. We didn't see the first game. I believe you played the
Yeah,
first game.
I didn't know that you can't see the synced out game after you started, and that was a little bit sad because it was a really intense game. I think it would be really nice to see that. Unfortunately, you there's no replay.
It's
But
okay.
we, what?
It's okay. It's okay. We had fun. I
Yeah,
also suggested a fun game to pass time, so we kind of did that and
yeah,
enjoyed. So
yeah.
sorry,
Uh,
go on.
we we took or we chose Silk Road because I thought they are not prepared for the map, and we expected some cheese from them in one of the games, and thought, okay, maybe on Silk Road they don't know any cheese strat to play on this and get some value of from this. But unfortunately, I didn't play so well on my side against Warcruel. I had a really hard time, and Young Goat was pretty sick raiding, and he made me really struggle. I didn't saw that much from the other players what happened on their side. They seemed to hold pretty good, but I definitely can say I lost my side in this game.
Fair, fair. I like the honesty. Tell me, I'm curious about the trading posts at the middle. Did you guys fought over them or not? Because I
Yeah, I think we had all three on in the first minutes. I had mine till I aged up and like till minute 6 around. I had I thought I had a good advantage, but Vokul sent many slingers and X-Men, and I took too long to switch to Kev to counter that and lost this position and lost my production buildings. So I had to rebuild them in my base and then fall a bit behind.
Yeah, I see.
And this was a bit problematic for me then. I could hold pretty long. I was in Mythic age some at some time and hit with my Inferno, but till then, Warcool was dodging all my power spikes with like Tempest, and they destroyed the Asgardian Bastion with the Undermine when I want to get it up at the Silk Road trading post.
I mean, to be fair, I believe you had a disadvantage in the matchup since Egyptians are really hard for Norse to deal with, especially when you want to establish early presence on the map and
Yeah,
kind of fight for those posts, trading posts. Okay,
yeah,
so I'm very sad I couldn't see the first game. I have seen some screenshots and it really looked like a wild game. I will try to
mm,
watch it, but let's move to the next game. I believe it was Elysium, right? Did
yeah, I
you
think so. Yeah.
did you actually expect the cheese on Elysium? I mean, as soon as
Uh,
you saw the comp, it was kind of obvious, no?
yeah, before the game, we didn't know what they will cheese or from, but I don't know who was saying that if it was Benny or Bot who said that they sometimes make a like a Nuva forward wall with buildings, Chronos Rush, and we expected something like that. I think it was pretty useful that Robot got the Sentinels from Sayajin and defend that pretty well.
I
And
believe
from
Urbot didn't lose a single villager. All
yeah, I
it
think
did
so.
was an idle time, but they did manage to cause you guys to respond, and you responded like
Mm.
pretty heavily on units. I believe the villager differential was somehow between 30 and 40 at some point, and it did look quite scary when I was watching, but you guys managed to hit the perfect timing and you managed to break through Ein. So I also really liked the Super Saiyajin Fortress in Ein's phase. That was quite good. I
Yeah, that
go on.
uh, that that was one of the reasons I benched myself for this game because I somehow expected some cheese and I knew that Benny will better react to this to uh, cheese like this and can make better decisions than me. And that's he did that pretty good and they played really good on it as a team. Then we were watching with the other players the stream, and we were a bit afraid if they don't see that Warcool is booming so hard and miss the right timing.
Yeah.
But they did that really good, and I think Ironhide didn't stand a chance when they all attacked him. And yeah, it's all about a good timing then to not
Exactly,
wait
yeah.
too long,
I
and they
also
did this
think
really good.
I also think the usage of army was really nice. Like their Super Saiyajin made a lot of units, and Katie's units are quite slow, but he did manage to cause a lot of damage with only hoplites and archers. So I believe even before the fortress was up, he was doing quite a lot. And then like when the fortress got up, I think the sieging began, and I didn't really have much chance. I believe he didn't even cast for his protection. I don't
Yeah,
know if he forgot or not, but it was a
I don't know
pretty
if
good game
he
from
did it
you
later.
guys. I
Yeah, it was.
also go
I
on,
think
sorry.
I think Saijan also used heal pretty good. What sustained the position there in one fight,
Yes, that is
when
true.
I'm not
Restoration
mistaken.
was very good. And I was curious about one thing also. I never saw ISO actually playing team games, and I didn't expect ISO to play in a TG, but he did, and he did quite well. Like I was quite surprised by the, although he was a bit late on walls on the last map, but like the boom and the composition and the coordination was pretty good, and they did win the third game in a dominating fashion. Like the did you guys discuss the god composition, since it was perfect? I felt like it was perfect for what you were trying to do.
We did discuss the. We had no plans for this game before we started. We just discussed right before the game on what who will play. So it was like a last minute decision that ISO will play uh, before we started the whole match. As I said, he don't really need to play and wanted to give the other players the opportunity to play. But I kind of insisted that he plays and that
I
I
see.
I, I don't play this game because I thought we need to win this. We can't lose the whole match. We need this point. And then he agreed to play and said here he can play Shenong on this and goes on a fast trade, which paid off pretty good, I think, for the whole game because all the other player is also benefiting from this.
Oh yeah, the picture
And
trade, right?
yeah, I think he got all the upgrades pretty fast, and then you have an insane echo, and you don't really need the middle. But when I saw that Benny has the middle with Isis, and you can place the monument that you can't cast god powers everywhere on this, I was sure that they will win this game at this point because they all three got really strong late game armies,
Yeah, and the composition was
and
perfect too.
yeah, and they yeah they played that perfectly.
Overall, it was a quite good performance from EVS, I believe. A8M or Anime Oppai Senpais are a really good team, and I believe they can be a dark horse of this tournament. So I believe you're quite happy with the victory. It's always nice to open with the
Yeah,
victory.
definitely.
so so tell me the future expectations for this tournament, since the EVS is surely one of the favorites to win it based on the players and seeding. Do you guys have any like long-term plans regarding the group? I believe your group is one of the toughest out there.
Yeah, I think it's a really tough group with the DoD team, which we played some games in on ladder today and yesterday, and they are always pretty hard. So and they got really good strategies ready. I think they trained a lot. We didn't train that much till now. We had only like a couple of games as uh, as a team.
I see.
And maybe we just need some more training and more strategies to play with because we kind of like don't have any plans for the games just right before the game starts.
I see.
Maybe we can improve on this during the tournament. But I think we also have great individual players who definitely can play really good in team games as well. So
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure we have the team to reach the playoffs, even though DoD and also Prostagma are insane teams.
I believe Prostagma is also one of the
Yeah.
dark horses, but I did see there was a bit of a scuffle in between their clanmates. I'm not sure
Mm.
if you
No,
followed on that.
I'm not so into this.
I believe Eric is not playing for Prostagma anymore.
Mm.
So it's gonna be a bit easier. Eric, whatever people say about him, is a very good and strong player, and not having him is gonna be a big problem, I guess. So, do you guys know when is your next game gonna be played?
Oh, I think the next game is versus Prostagma, but we don't have scheduled the right time yet, and we don't have scheduled the games yet.
Oh, I see, I
But
see.
I
So
think we'll do it in the next days. I will go in the talks with the third captain.
nice, nice, nice. So thank you for your time, Ironhide. It was pleasure watching you
Yeah,
guys, and I'm looking forward
it
to
was
seeing
really
more
nice.
from
Thank
you.
you for your casting.
No
I
problem,
hope
man.
you cast some more games from us.
Of course, I'm looking forward to your games. Of course, I'm gonna pick up as much as I can. And
That's
I guess
nice.
I will be seeing you a lot, hopefully. And good luck in
I
your
hope.
future endeavors.
Thank you. Have a
See
good
ya.
evening
You too, man. See ya.
and bye, chat.